Music Theory Chapter 6 Intervals. This is the final lesson of the intervals. Okay, I'll give you the final questions of the basic practice. Now, this is your turn. Give me the answer. The first, C to C. This is the same pitch and same tone name. This is unison and perfect first. The second, C to Do. Numerical is second, and the second interval from basic is Do to Re. This is major second, and it has one block key. Then the question interval C to Do has how many block keys? Can you see from the keyboard? I will not show you, but you have to see through your eyes on the keyboard. C to Do has no block key. So this is shorter than the basic interval Do to Re, the major second. So this is answer is minor second. And C to Re. C to Re is numerical interval is third. Third interval from basic is Do to Mi, the major third. It has two block keys. Question interval C to Re has how many block keys? Now, between C to Re, there's one block key. So C to Re is shorter than the major third Do to Mi. Okay, so the answer is minor third. Next one, C to Mi. C to Mi is the fourth interval, the numerically. The numerical fourth interval from basic is Do to 4, the perfect fourth interval. It has two block keys. The count from C to Mi. Try to count how many block keys it has. C to Mi, C, Do, Re, Mi. Yeah, there are two block keys. So this is same with the basic interval Do to Fa, perfect fourth interval. So the answer is perfect fourth interval. C to Fa. So C to Fa, numerical is fifth interval. Fifth interval from basic is perfect fifth Do to Sol. It has three block keys. So try to count from the C to Fa, how many block keys. So I will show you on the keyboard. Watch. So look at the keyboard. C, Do, Re, Mi, Fa, right? So how many block keys can you see? Only two block keys, right? So this is shorter than the basic interval Do to Sol, the perfect fifth. Shorter than the perfect fifth. Okay? So then, so look at the interval illustration. The perfect interval, this is decreased, then it will be diminished interval. Okay, so the answer of C to Fa is diminished fifth interval. Okay, the next one, C to Sol, numerical interval is sixth. Sixth interval from basic is Do to La, the major sixth interval. It has four block keys. 4. So let's count from C to Sol, the question. C to Sol, C, Do, Re, Mi, Fa, Sol. How many block keys can you see? There are three block keys. So this is shorter than the basic interval Do to La, the major sixth. So this is minor sixth interval. The last one, the next one, C to La, numerical interval is seventh. Seventh interval from basic is Do to C, the major seventh interval. This has five block keys. Then the question interval C to La has how many block keys? It has C to La, C, Do, Re, Mi, Fa, Sol, La. There are four block keys only. Okay, this one also shorter, half step shorter than the basic interval Do to C, major seventh. So this one, C to La, is minor seventh interval. The last one, C to higher C. This is the same tone name and different position. This is unison and perfect eighth. Okay, now we finish the basic practice. And let's go to the advanced practice. Yeah, we are almost there. Yeah. Now we study the intervals with chromatic signs. So if a note has chromatic signs, such like sharp or flat, the pitch and the interval both will be changed. There are two notes on the keyboard. Can you see? So when the higher note has a sharp, interval will be increased, right? Increased a half step. But there is a flat. It has flat, then interval will be decreased. Okay? And how about the lower note? If the lower note has a sharp, then interval will be increase or decrease. Interval will be decrease, not increase. But if it has a flat, then interval will be increase or decrease. Decrease, increase. Okay? So be careful. The higher note has a sharp, then the interval will be increased, but lower note has a sharp, the interval will be decreased. Higher note has flat, the interval will be decrease, but the lower note has a flat, interval will be increase. Okay? Don't be confused. 자, now I will give you the questions. 자, don't be afraid. You will see many of the chromatic signs, but don't be afraid. First step, just ignore the chromatic signs, and we will apply the chromatic signs later. Okay, so now we ignore the first. So number one, Do to C flat. We ignore the flat, Do to C. 자, can you find the answer of Do to C? If you cannot find the answer, then you have to go back to the former lecture video, the chapter 6 intervals, the first, second, third videos. You have to see, you have to watch and study. 자, Do to C anyway. 자, I will give it answer. Do to C is the basic interval and major seventh interval, right? This is the first answer, but not the final correct answer. Okay, this is the first step. First step. Answer is major seventh interval. Now we apply the chromatic sign, the flat. 자, because higher note has flat, the interval will be increase or decrease. Interval will be decrease. Okay, then we just count from major interval become minor interval because decreased. So the answer is minor seventh interval. Okay. Number two, fa to fa sharp. 자, ignore the chromatic sign. Just fa to fa. Fa to fa is perfect first, right? And now apply the chromatic sign. 자, fa to fa sharp. Okay. Now it has distance and it is increased, right? Increased a half step. So the perfect interval increased, then it will become augmented interval. So answer is augmented first. Okay. Number three, fa to re sharp. Ignore the re sharp, just fa to re. 자, fa to re, I'll just give you the answer. Fa to re is the major sixth interval. Okay. Now apply the chromatic sign sharp. Higher note has a sharp, then the interval will be increased, right? Then can you count from major sixth interval increased? Then it will be, yes, augmented interval. So answer is augmented sixth interval. Number four, Re sharp and Fa. 자, just Re and Fa. What is Re and Fa interval? Re and Fa. Can you count? 자, this is minor third. 자, now lower note has a sharp. Lower note has a sharp. Then interval will be increase or decrease? Interval will be decrease. Okay. 자, count from minor third and decreased one more. Then what will it be? This one will be diminished third. Next one, 5. C flat to Fa, C, Fa, C, Fa. Do you remember the C, Fa? C, Fa, the interval is diminished fifth. This is the first answer. You have to find by yourself, your own. 자, diminished fifth is the first answer. Now we apply the flat. The lower note has a flat. Then the distance, the interval will be increase or decrease? 자, increase, right? The lower note has a flat, increase. Then diminished fifth interval increased. Then what will it be? Yes, this is perfect fifth. Number 6, Mi flat to Do sharp. What is Mi Do? Interval Mi Do. Mi Do is a minor sixth interval. So now let's apply the chromatic signs. The lower note has flat. Lower note has flat. Then it will be increased, right? Lower note has flat, increased. And how about the higher note? Higher note has sharp. Then it will be increased again. So the Mi flat and Do sharp is increased 2 half steps. 2 half steps increased. Okay? So from the minor 6, move twice to increase. Then what is the answer? Answer is from minor 6 to major 6. To major 6, one more time, augmented 6. So the answer is augmented 6. 자, number 7. 자, Fa sharp to C flat. 자, ignore the chromatic sign, sharp and flat. Fa to C. Fa to C is, what's that? Do you know? The augmented fourth interval. Augmented fourth interval without chromatic sign. 자, now we apply the chromatic signs, Fa sharp to C flat. 자, lower note, Fa has sharp, Fa sharp. Lower note has sharp. Then the interval will be decreased, right? And the higher note, C has flat. Higher note, C has flat. Then it will be decreased again, one more time. So the Fa sharp and C flat is decreased 2 half steps. Then can you count from augmented fourth, decreased, perfect fourth, decreased, diminished fourth interval? 자, can you understand? So now, finally, we finished all the lectures of the chapter 6 intervals. 자, thank you for following me so far. Thank you.